Hi, my name is Chase. I'm the creator of Gromascope.com, and the goal of this website is to save general contractors time. I'm going to give you a quick demo of what the website can do today, and also at the end share a bit about some future ideas that I have planned. So starting off here, we're in the projects view. This is where you can keep track of all your current projects as well as your previous projects. They're all searchable. Um, in this case, we have some that are bidding, some that are active. Um, If we go into a project, we can see all the details of that project, including the address, the different clients that are at that project, um, their email addresses. You can include any recordings. So this is a cool feature where if you, for instance, want to record your conversation with the client while you do the walkthrough, you can put your phone on record, throw it in your pocket, and record the audio while you do your walkthrough. AI will transcribe um, the conversation as well as create this summary and action items that you can add. So I can add this punch list items or notes to my project, and they show up down here. Photos are, you can either upload yourself here, or you can go and um, if any emails come in about this project with photos attached, they'll automatically be pulled in here. For instance, if subcontractors are emailing you with email photos, they all show up here. In that case, they would also have automatically generated captions as well. Punch list items, you can always check them off to say that you completed. You can set due dates for them here to say that I expect to complete this by a certain date. And you can also add them to your schedule, which we'll go over in a bit. Here we can have notes about the project. These can either be added from your emails. You can click to add a note, or you can here have the notes that are suggested by AI that you want to keep track of the project. Notes, recordings, photos, all this gets pulled in when you're creating estimates and schedules via AI. Will read all this to determine how to best create your schedule and how to best what needs to be included in your estimate. And down here, we can also see bids that are from our subcontractors for this project. Again, these get pulled in automatically via email if they come from a subcontractor. But you can also add them yourself here if you'd like. If, let's say, you got a text or a phone call from somebody, you want to just record on the site, these can get pulled in here. From here, we can go into estimates. This project already has estimates, but we can also draft a new one. You can provide any notes about that estimate that you'd like to include. For instance, if they want a separate option, you click draft. Um, the AI will first collect any details that it thinks might be missing, and then it'll go on to continue to create that draft. It takes about 2 minutes usually for an estimate to be created, but you don't have to sit here and watch it. You can go and do other things while you wait. This one was automatically created by AI. You can see that by these tags here. It will automatically pick if they're going to be FBO or allowance. And then as a user, you can also add items yourself. So let's say that AI missed something or some new detail came up that you didn't, the client brought up. You can add that before yourself. So again, if you need to, let's say, add a new light fixture, you can do that here. The prices are set by you. They're from your price book, and I'll kind of explain how that works in a bit. And then so that automatically gets that item that I just added automatically gets added to the quote. So again, you can have multiple versions if you'd like. So let's say that the client asks for like, hey, I want to have an option without the vanity. They'll take care of that themselves. They don't want your allowance, whatever the case is. You click cross that out, and this is automatically updated. And now let's say that if the client later changes their mind or you want to see what it was before, you can just go back to V1 and it'll show that first version again. And again, you can create even a third version, a fourth version, as much as you'd like. And you can create like descriptions of what these versions like without vanity, for instance, whatever the change is. So that way you can understand what the versions are. You can pick to choose the quote to show it with lump sum or not lump sum. So if you do lump sum, it'll get rid of the line items for your quote. In this case, I'm just going to include the line items. That shows up like this. Here's the quote it actually generated. And then at the bottom, we include all the allowances, all the options, and then terms and conditions. And these are set by you. I'll show you that in the settings in a bit. Also at the bottom here, we can set the overhead, profit, and tax if you'd like. And then in this case, this was AI actually generated two options all at once. So option A and option B. And then once the client has said which option they prefer, you can move it to accepted, and then this will be marked accordingly on the estimates page to mark it as accepted. Now I'd like to talk about the schedule tab. So at the top here, we can see items that need your attention. Um, uh, Here we have items that are upcoming this week. Below that, we have items that are waiting on the customer. If we had items that were overdue, those would show up here as well in red to indicate that there was some action that needs to be taken. Below here, we have your calendar. You can hover over the different items, projects that you have ongoing. Here we have two current projects that are happening this month. And then we can see items that were either marked as completed but they're crossed out, or that they're upcoming, and there are different keys. For instance, if you see the diamond, it means that there's a customer action, and if you see the flag, it means the customer's due for a payment at this date. You can click into a particular item to see its details and its full schedule for that project, or you can also see it from the project itself. You can click on View Schedule here, and it'll show you this particular project's waterfall and schedule, as well as the action items specifically just for this project. So this can be created by AI or manually. I think it's much easier to create it by AI. This one's already been added to the calendar, but if had it not been, what you'd see here instead of dates would be just the days. So day 1, day 2, day 3. And AI will figure out how to schedule this based on your estimate that's accepted. So it'll create all the line items that it believes needs to be done in order to complete the project. You can also add your own if you'd like, and schedule it wherever you'd like, and inject it inside the schedule the AI created. And the AI knows how to schedule this based on the details that you provide. So you indicate for each subcontractor that you're using what their schedule looks like, what they can and can't do, what trades need to be covered by your crew, what trades need to be covered by subcontractors, etc. And that creates this waterfall view. Items that are overlapping, for instance, these three, are indicating that they can happen simultaneously, so they do not need to happen sequentially. So, for instance, we're saying that the electrical roughen and the bath exhaust fan can happen on the same day. And items that are happening sequentially like this, indicating that they are blocking. So the framing is blocking the electrical roughen, and you can see that here by clicking on it, and it blocks the electrical roughen here. You can always remove that if you feel like it's not actually blocked by the framing. You can just click the X here, and then you can adjust as accordingly. But what's cool about this is, let's say that I can't schedule the framing on Wednesday. I can move this up, and all the items that were blocked by it and in the schedule are moved accordingly and adjusted to update the schedule. And of course, I can move it back, and the same thing, all the items are moved back to the left to indicate that they can happen faster. You can schedule this on your calendar, so I'm just going to publish the changes that I made. This one's already on the calendar, but it's simple. You just click on that, and you click on what day you want to start the project. It gets added. The tool will tell you whether there's any conflicts that you need to be concerned about. In this case, it's saying no conflicts, so you can click confirm, and it gets added to the schedule. Now I'd like to talk about the messages tab. So messages are emails that come to your account, and you get your own handle. So in this case, I've chosen crosstimbers@gromascope.com, but you can choose whatever handle you like when you create your account, as long as it's not taken. And you can either give out this particular email address to customers if you want to have them send emails here directly, or you can forward them to here from your own Gmail or Yahoo or whatever it is you have if you'd like. But the benefit of having them come here is they're automatically organized by project. So the emails know which project they're in from either the client that's messaging you. We know their email addresses, so it can figure out who that is and what project it is. But also, if we can't figure it out that way, we can look at the contents of the email and AI will analyze it and figure out who it belongs to. So for instance, in this one, it was AI filled out the fact that this is under the Vasquez primary bath, um, and it says even why but basically because it matched the address, and it gives its confidence level. We can also see here though that it has a summary from the AI, and also items that we can add if we'd like to the, in this case, this is from a subcontractor, and they're giving us quotes for a shower glass enclosure. So for instance, if I just want to record these three things to keep them, maybe I'm getting multiple different bids from various contractors, I can just add them. And what that does is I've now added them onto the project itself. So if I scroll down to the bottom here, I can see those three bids that I added. I already selected this one earlier. And then if ever an email comes in and it's not tied to the right project, you can always pick a different project that it belongs to here. So emails can also have pictures that are attached. For instance, this is a deck picture that was included. You can add it to the project photos here. The AI will automatically create captions for the pictures that are added. And you can go and add those, and those will now show up in your project pictures. You can also have unassigned projects. These are projects that these are emails that come in that are unassigned because we don't know, we can't figure out who to assign them to, or in this case, this is a person who's asking for a new customer has been referred to you, who's asking for a quote. AI actually detected that automatically and suggesting that one of the action items that we can take is to create a new project. AI will never do actions on your behalf without you first confirming. So all the emails, for instance, it might say to suggest add notes to the project or whatever, but you have to click uh, add the note, or in this case, create the project. So you don't have AI making decisions on your behalf. So if we click create, it's basically filling out all the details for us. We can say we're going to create a new Whitcomb rental project. We can go and add that, and then automatically add it in the customer's details here. Another cool thing while we're here is if we're creating a new project ever, so just create a new project just as an example. And if we start filling in the address, it'll automatically pull in the contact details for matching addresses from previous projects if this is a repeat customer. I had mentioned earlier that in estimates, the prices come from you. So in this case, I have a price book of all the items that I typically price out in my estimates. I can also add new items if I don't have one, and assign those to any particular trade. I can also remove ones if I say that I don't actually do this. I don't create dedicated circuits as ever as part of my work. You can remove those. AI will also, when it's creating these estimates, try to pull items from your price book so they're automatically priced. So these prices will show up in all your estimates, and you can pick whether it's per a flat fee, per square foot, per inch foot, however it is that you price out these items. But if AI can't find a particular price book item here, then what it will do is create one with a $0 price. For instance, if it's something we haven't seen before, for instance, maybe a customer is asking you to install gutters on the house and you haven't done that before, but you totally can, AI will go ahead and suggest that as a price book item, and you can add it here. If you're ever looking at an estimate and you change the price, by default, we assume that you want this price to only affect this bid. But let's say that I go ahead and change two of these. Cool. And I actually want these, they were too low before. I actually want these to be always reflected in my new estimates. It automatically pulls in the changed items here. So I can say, yeah, I only want to change my remove wall from 1200 to 1500 and click update. And now any future estimates will be automatically priced with that new value you picked. If I decide that I want to move forward with an estimate, I can go ahead and click send for approval. That automatically pull me into estimates with my estimate attached, and I can go ahead and send it to the customer. It automatically adds the customer details. You can go and fill out your message however you like from here. So those are all the tabs. I can also explain how some of these details get populated and how AI knows certain things. So in your settings, you can set your business details, your logo. This is what shows up in the PDFs that get created, your email address, and your business address, as well as this is the estimate boilerplate that gets added to the bottom of every estimate. So this can be your terms and conditions. This can be whatever you'd like. You can also describe your crew, what they're capable of, what they can and can't do. This will help AI create your schedules for you. If you say that you have like a one-man crew who can only do drywall, um, then the AI will accordingly schedule that person um, in your when it creates schedules. In the estimates tab, you can set any default rules for estimates. For instance, um, if you have a rule that you say I always want vanities to be marked as allowance, or I never want to include tile and an estimate because I can't do tile, then you can say that here, and AI will accordingly read this when it's creating estimates and take note of those requests. Trades, these are all the trades that you can do. You can add a new trade. These are just the defaults that were created. And you can assign subcontractors as well to that handle these. So the green ones are my own crew. That's just what I'm calling my fictitious crew that I have here, and they can do drywall, finish carpentry, etc. But I can also assign various subcontractors that can do different projects as well. I can remove trades if I like. And then I can also create new subcontractors. You add their contact information, and this contact information will help when they message you, they email you, it'll automatically know who it's coming from and what projects they're working on, and assign those details to the project and keep track of that as well. And here you can say that, hey, the North Star Roofing, they can do roofing, and maybe they can also do painting. Let's say you can just click that here. These trades that are populated here are actually coming from the previous tab here, where you defined your trades. You can add details about these different subcontractors, for instance, if they require a certain lead time. If there's any details about that particular subcontractor that would be helpful in scheduling them, that's where these details can come in handy here. And then finally here, if this is your personal handle that you create, again, when you create an account, you can specify this to be whatever you want at Gromascope, but if you prefer, you can also forward whatever emails you'd like to your own personal email address. These are all the current features that we have for Gromascope.com. It's in early access. I'm looking for feedback for how people actually use it, what they find useful, what they maybe find useless. Anything can change here. I'm hopeful that will only improve going forward, given real world use cases and feedback. I have a couple tabs under construction right now because I don't know how GCs will do budgeting and invoicing, for instance. It would be helpful to I'm an outsider looking in, so it'd be helpful to know, hear feedback from you, how you guys do this. For instance, budget, maybe we want to have an integration with QuickBooks, or it automatically pulls in your details, and it would be helpful to aggregate in this site as well as invoices. I'm not sure if that would be a useful feature to send directly from here. Or maybe some of these features aren't useful at all, and we should just remove them because they make life more complicated in this site. So I'm really hopeful to get feedback to understand what you guys do. Everything is free. I just want to make a site that is useful for folks, and hoping in this early access that'll give us the opportunity to perfect this. Thanks very much.